Coming up on Murrow News 8, cases of whooping cough continue to grow over the weekend.
And we'll give you a look at what brutal house was replaced. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Hello and welcome to Murrow News 8. I'm Brooke Bovenkamp.
And I'm Olivia Mayo. 8 more people in Whitman County have tested positive for whooping cough in the past 2 weeks. Reports say that the total is 71 local residents have contracted the illness since the outbreak earlier this fall.
Changes to the WSU football staff as the regular season has come to an end. Jeff Schmedding is out as Washington State's defensive coordinator. The Cougars announced Monday in a release announcing Schmedding will not return as the team's defensive coordinator. Schmedding worked that role for 2 seasons at WSU, whose defense left much to be desired this season. Another change in the coaching staff, WSU offensive coordinator Ben Arbuckle is headed to the SEC. The second-year Cougar OC is off to Norman after being hired by Oklahoma.
3 months ago, a fire broke out on Greek Road, displacing 3 students from housing. Now to Bailey at the scene.
Hi, so I am currently on Opal Street in front of the lot where there is a fire 3 months ago. 3 students were displaced, but WSU has now found housing for them. There was an attic fire, and none of the students knew until a student in front of them, their neighbor, saw on their Ring camera, got an alert on their Ring camera that there was a fire. They called 911 and firefighters broke through the roof and extinguished the fire. Though now, as you see, there is no house. They did tear it down, and now it's a parking lot for the houses around. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Bailey. The consulting firm Welch Commerce, managing the delayed downtown Pullman reconstruction project, is now asking the City Council for an additional $200,000 to cover the cost of overruns. This request follows multiple delays to the project, which started in April but was not expected to reopen until mid-November, with new reopening now slated for early next year. The additional funds would come from the city utility fees, transportation funds, and economic development dollars. The City Council will reconsider the request during their meeting on Tuesday.
The Whitman County Commissioners have agreed to buy 2 office suites in Pullman. The reason was to resolve compliance issues with the current public health office, and the board has been looking for a new home for public health in Pullman and settled on an office space in the same business park.
Officers need your help to identify subject related to a recent theft from Pullman Rosars. If you have any information that may assist with this case, please contact Officer Westman at 509-334-0802.
A Moscow teenager was injured in a fatal car accident on Friday afternoon in Kootenai County. Idaho State Police reports that the crash occurred around 12:30 on State Highway 58. A 17-year-old boy from Moscow was riding in the SUV that was struck, and he was injured but is being treated at the hospital. And a 34-year-old man was injured in a crash in central Washington on Friday morning. The Washington State Patrol reports that the crash occurred on I-90 near George in Grant County at around 6 p.m. Troopers say the accident was caused due to the man falling asleep at the wheel. Coming up after the break, the President of the United States has pardoned a family member. We'll tell you who next.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience. Thank you so much.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
President Joe Biden pardoned his son Hunter Biden on Sunday, overturning previous statements that he would not use his presidential power to help family members. The pardon spares Hunter Biden from potential prison time for felony gun and tax convictions. Despite earlier ruling out clemency, President Biden said the prosecution was politically motivated, claiming his son was targeted due to their family connection.
Idaho County Dispatch received a report of domestic battery at 12:26 a.m. Sunday on 7 Devils Road outside of Riggin. 61-year-old Darwin Vanderslesh was arrested for several domestic violence-related charges, including felony attempt, strangulation, and domestic battery. Vanderslesh is the father of Leighton Vanderslesh, a retired NFL player who played for the Dallas Cowboys from 2018 to 2023.
The WSU Patrol has completed their investigation into last spring's officer-involved shooting on WSU's Pullman campus. The incident occurred on March 27th inside Global Scholars Hall. John Bazin tried to commit suicide by a cop.
A 25-year-old Moses Lake man has been arrested for stealing a generator from a garage in Colfax. A resident on North Cedar Street confronted a masked man on Friday morning who was hauling a generator through his neighborhood. The man drove off with the generator, and the neighbors got the vehicle's license plate. Whitman County Sheriff's deputy determined that the vehicle was from Moses Lake. Deputies alerted Moses Lake police and the suspect vehicle. Officers in Central Washington located the vehicle and arrested Hunter Grant on theft charges. Grant was taken back to Whitman County Jail in Colfax.
2 men were rescued from the Palouse River after their SUV crashed under the State Route 27 bridge on Thanksgiving night. Whitman County Fire District 4 volunteers and sheriff's deputies responded around 7:30 p.m. The men climbed onto the SUV roof and the rescuers threw them life jackets and ropes. They waded to shore and were checked for injuries by paramedics. Potlatch volunteer firefighters also assisted. With the weather cooling down, there's been some frost in the early morning. Sam, what's this week looking like for weather?
Hey, Brooke. Well, first and foremost, I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving and had to spend time with some family or friends. As you know, we're in December now, so weather's getting a little more chilly. We got a low of 26 and a high of 32 today. Wind is it's going down a little more, going to 2 miles an hour. The sunrise is around 7 a.m. and sunset at 4 p.m. Now going into tomorrow's weather, it's looking similar, a low of 26 and a high of 37. You won't expect much wind. It's finally cooling down a little bit with only 4 miles an hour, and time stays the same. Now, going into the state map, Olympia and Seattle are looking a little warmer, which feels weird to say in December. They're at the low 40s and low 30s. Going into the central part of the map, Yakima's looking the coldest with a low of 26 and a high of 35. Tri-Cities at a low of 29 and high of 37. And then coming into our neck of the woods, it is a lot foggy. If you haven't noticed, I was in Spokane yesterday driving to Pullman, all fog. We have a low of 27 and a high of 40 in Pullman with a low of 25 and a high of 38 in Spokane. Now, the weather is pretty crazy this week. It's going to be sunny on Wednesday, so enjoy that. A low of 27 and a high of 38. Cloudy Thursday and Friday with lows of 30s and highs of 40s. And then Saturday, expect some rain as we have a high of 46 and a low of 34. And Sunday, a low of 30 and a high of 41. And I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. And back to the girls with more news.
Thanks, Sam. After the break, Olivia Mayo will have your sports recap on the sports that happened over the weekend.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear. Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
With a little sports recap for you, Wyoming quarterback connected with the tight end for an 18-yard touchdown pass with 25 seconds left to put the Cowboys to a 15-14 win against the Cougars Saturday here at Giesa Field. WSU was shut out in the second half. Washington State wraps up their regular season with an 8-4 record. Moving on to some WSU men's basketball, they fell to SMU 77-60 Wednesday night in Palm Springs. Washington State moved to 6-2. Nate Calamace led the team in scoring with 15 points and dished out a team-high 6 assists. Ethan Price and Lawan Watts each had 12 points. The Cougars played today at 7 against Nevada in Nevada. Looking at some volleyball, Washington State volleyball took on LMU Friday afternoon for their senior night. They fell in the 4 sets to the WCC champions. Even though they lost, the WSU volleyball team has been selected to play in the 2024 National Invitational Volleyball Championships for the program's 9th consecutive postseason appearance. Sunday's announcement marks the second time the Cougars have been selected to play in the NIVC and the first time since 1992 season when the Cougars were 27-10. This Cougars team won the tournament. Washington State women's basketball went point for point most of the way against Drake Saturday afternoon, but the Bulldogs pulled away with the win to end the game 79-68. The Cougars shot well, going 26 of 60 from the field for a 43.3% clip, while hitting 8 threes. Tara Wallach recorded her third 20-plus point game in the last 3 days with 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a steal. The women's team will be playing not again until Wednesday, and they will head down to Oregon and play Oregon at 7 p.m.
Thank you, Olivia. After the break, we will give you tips on how to keep your packages safe during the holiday season. It is Cyber Monday, which means the holiday shopping season is in full swing. Here are some simple tips for keeping your packages safe. Make sure to track your packages and request delivery alerts, and if possible, have someone home to receive the delivery. Also, make sure to provide additional delivery instructions for your carrier and consider a motion-activated home surveillance system. Require a signature upon delivery or opt for package pickup rather than home delivery. I definitely need to get some of my holiday shopping done, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'm a little behind on that. I don't know how you guys are doing.
And it's a little nice having multiple roommates, so I know at least someone's kind of always home,
For sure.
so they can grab my packages.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in. For more content, check out our socials, and we will see you on Wednesday.